Hello, hello. Offline review for Antonella. Let's get into it. Genja versus Shaco. Alright, in this matchup, you kind of just insanely outscale. So your only job is to not die or get behind early. Shaco is 100% going to invade you or do something. Because in this matchup, if Shaco just does nothing, and like full clears and you full clear and full clear, you'll just win, right? So, looks like we're going to start red buff. I agree. Top is Volibear. Well, bot is Draven. Draven's obviously a carry and a snowballer, and top is kind of like a semi-tank. So just gonna clear it down. Okay, looks normal. Again, I would be careful. Like some Shakos do some weird stuff. We'll do like blue into like Q over the wall into Krugs. A lot of times I'm against a champ like Shako. I will just not smite my first camp. I will save my smite for second camp because this camp is waste. Like how do you say? Like right now you could just stand here and you'll see him Q over the wall if he goes, and then you could smite a worst case scenario. And if you don't see him, then he's not invading, and then you could save your smite for Krugs or for Raptors, and then if he invades then you'll have your smite advantage, right? Just something to note. But we smite it. Looks like he doesn't come. Thank God. We keep clearing. Keep clearing. And then, oh, maybe you didn't see him. Did I see him? Yeah. I actually saw him. Shaco for a second, you saw him Q. Obviously, I guess you didn't notice. But he's invis right now, so he might kill you. Oh, you actually. Oh, you okay? You don't die. Okay. Well, you don't die. This is actually really good. I know you may be like, oh fuck, he got my small raptors. Oh fuck, I hit the flash. This is actually you're already at a huge advantage because normally the way it works when you both full clear down is your Krugs are respawn when his Grump respawns, your Raptors respawn when his Wolves respawn, and then when you're on Wolves he's on Raptors, and then when you're on Grump he's on Krugs. That's what it means to be like pathing down the same area and to be even thing. He didn't kill you, and he didn't get the big one, and now you're up a camp on tempo because now he has to run all the way from Raptors to Raptors. And now, look, by the time you finish Wolves, you'll probably see him on the sword. He just starts his Raptors. He ganks mid, okay, whatever. But now, by the time you finish your Wolves, he still hasn't. He only starts his Raptors right now when you're on Grump already. So you're up actually a camp and a half on him in tempo. Meaning now in the next clear, normally again when you're finishing Wolves, he's finishing Raptors. When you're finishing Grump, he's finishing Krugs. But now it's gonna look like on next clear, when you're finishing Raptors, he's just starting Grump. When you're finishing Wolves, he's just starting his Wolves. When you're finishing Gromp, he's just starting his Raptors. So you're going to be up an entire camp on him in tempo. That means in the next round, you're going to be first to bot, or you're going to be first to mid, or you're going to be first to start Dragon. So you're actually in a big advantage, even if you don't see it right now, right? So we're going to keep clearing. Even now, the advantage could be that now you're going to finish your 6 camps, like you're going to finish your blue, before he finishes his Krugs, right? If he does Raptors Red Krugs, or Raptors Krugs Red, by the time you finish your blue, he's only starting his 6 camp now. So for example, you're going to be first to Crab. So giving you the opportunity to double Crab. The only way he can be in time for Crab is if he skips one of the camps, which is still a dub for you because now he skipped one of his 6 camps and you didn't, right? So right now I would go straight to Crab, and just do it on spawn because again right now you're going the safe way, but you shouldn't have to smite this. You should save smite for Crab first of all. And second of all, you should know that you're going to beat Crab on spawn, so you shouldn't walk this long way. You should walk the short way. You're also like not low anymore. You're above half HP. So you shouldn't be scared of him. You're walking like you're scared of him. So we get the Crab, nice. And now we should just run straight to top Crab, because again, we see on this ward he hasn't come into the river, and again we should know that he's slow on his Krug, so we should get a free double grab opportunity. And here, if I'm you, I'm just danger pinging, so my volley doesn't get ganked. You know, it's now we see nice. We danger ping, we see Shaco, run straight to top Crab, beautiful. You know, and now we got double Crab. So again, see how you just have a huge lead now. You got double camps on them, and on the next round your camps are spawning earlier. Now looks like you want to do Krugs and Raptors, and then you'll base. Shaco getting top, which is good. Again, it sounds weird, but it's good for you again because now again he's still slower. And you can see he bought boots, so now he has no damage items. You saw he had boots when you press tab. So now he has no damage items. Now not only are you're up camps on him in tempo, already a camp on him, but you're gonna base and buy damage items, and now you're going to be not only do your camps spawn faster, but you're going to kill your camps faster than he will because again you're gonna buy damage items and he doesn't have damage items. So you're gonna do Raptors. You should immediately base. Please base. I think. Oh, I guess you see him. This guy's super pushing, but might not want immediately base for items. It's fine. You come here. That's actually good because he could have ulted and lived, but he saw you and didn't ult, and you still got. Even though you didn't touch him, you actually got XP for being around the kill, so it's still good. You base now. Now we buy our item, and again, normally when you're starting your wolves now, he should be on his raptors, but in reality, he's probably on wolves right now because again, you're faster than him, so you know you're faster to bot, you're faster to dragon, right? Whichever one you want. Again, when you have 2 chargers, you should instantly smite. Draven got to kill Blitz, and here, if I was you, I would immediately start Dragon. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say before Shaco King Bot, I would immediately start Dragon because their support's dead, and again, you should know Shaco's your first to Shaco. And here, you see Shaco getting bot. So Shaco, again, the only way again, we have calculated that he had to be here. So the only way he ganked bot right now is if he skipped Raptors and Krugs. So right now, unironically, even though your Draven's dead, you could immediately start Dragon because you know he has to go Krugs and Raptors. And by the time it takes him, let's say Krugs takes 15 seconds to kill, Raptors take 15 seconds to kill, so 30 seconds in total for him to do this. It takes you what 20 to 30 seconds to kill Dragon. So by the time he's done with his camps, he can't come and contest you because Dragon's already dead, right? And if he comes to Dragon, the only way he can come to Dragon in time is if he skips these camps. And now again, it's better for you again because you didn't skip any of your camps, but he has to skip. But he's skipping his camps. So you're just getting you're accumulating a camp lead, a camp lead, a camp lead, slowly but surely. So here I wouldn't gank mid. I would just immediately start Dragon right now. You still have bot prio. Um, like even though Draven's not even there, Karma's keeping bot prio because again Blitzwing died, and you know guaranteed that this guy's still on his camps. He cannot be here, right? So I would just run start Dragon. Another reason why is because this guy's effectively not gankable. He's not low. He's half HP. He has an E. He has a W. He has an ult. He has so many different ways to stop getting shield, stun. He could E over this wall. Obviously, I don't really have to talk about his ult. His ult is self-explanatory. I think this is just a big waste of time. I think your only options are Dragon or to base and then just run to your Krugs. Because yeah, I mean you see this is like you didn't even like play this badly, I would say. Like it's just not gankable. And now you're low, and now you can't Dragon. So now if let's say he noticed that you're 1 HP and he starts Dragon now you can't stop him. So now you're potentially giving a Dragon for free, A. B, again, you're stronger than Shaco because you bought damage items and he didn't. So you could have potentially 1v1 them and contested the crowd, but now you can't because you're too low. So I think you kind of messed up here. Now you're terrified he's going to evade you, so you have your mid laner help you. I think at this point staying is fine because you had nothing to base for anyways. But you see how this is like a pretty free dragon opportunity. You had bot prio, you had a winning 1v1 matchup. You're on your camps first. Even though you might be like Echo, you might be like, oh, but Echo has pride, he might fight me. Echo's not gankable because of his HP, but he's also not. He can't fight you because of his HP. It sounds weird. Like he's not low enough where the gank is guaranteed. Like that would be like this, but he's also not healthy enough where he can comfortably leave lane and fight you on a dragon. Because if you're 1v1 versus him when he's this HP, you will win in the river isolated. You know what I mean? So I think this is again, anytime you have a lead, which in this game, even though you're 0-0-0, you do have lead on Shaco because of all the, double. You can double crab them. You're faster on camps. He wasted his money on a boots that don't give him any combat power. So you actually have a lead on Shaco, and anytime you have a lead on the opponent, you use it for two things. Oh, sorry, three things. A, you gank a lane first, knowing that if he shows up, you're stronger than him, so you'll win the 3v3 or the 2v2. B, you use that lead to invade him or fight him because you're stronger than him, therefore you can kill him. Or C, you do dragon. In this case, there was no real gank opportunity in bot or mid. B, there was no really invade opportunity. So then we go to C, which is the objective. Make sense? But again, this is still good for you. Like you still didn't lose anything, as you could tell. See how I've been saying it. Look at the CS gap. You're up a level. You're up 20 CS, which is around 4 camps, which is around 500 gold, and around like 80% of a level. So this is obviously going well. But now we need to do especially now it's becoming pretty apparent. I'll pause here. Like our top lane is 0 and 2. Our bot lane is 1-1, it means 2-2. We need to now use our individual lead to start getting objectives. I want to do Dragon ASAP. If for some reason Draven dies to Shaco, then we're going to go and just solo the grubs pretty soon. Okay? Clear it down. Again, I think this is just a big waste of time. Like, if he was if he was really low, or like under your tower, sure, but he's not low. He's above half. He's pushed up, but not like crazy pushed up. But again, like this champ has E, he could just W here, and then you have to Q this way, and then he just run this way. Like, there's too much this guy have. I'd rather you just clear it down. Like, after Raptors, just go and just pull Dragon and play with your 3v3 ball lane. Draven's always stronger than Mel, because Draven's obviously super strong early game champion. I think all you're doing is wasting your time and getting chunked to half, and now you're half HP, and now you're at your HP level. Now you're kind of scared of getting invaded, and now you're also not confident enough to pull Dragon. So if you're full HP right now, you should pull Dragon. Another reason why you should pull Dragon is he's topside. Because if you're tracking, remember we were tracking and we saw him after the blocking he did Krugs, and after that he did Raptors, and after that we saw him go mid when we killed Echo, and after that he probably went to Wolves, Blue, Gromp, Scuttle. We know he's going to be topside for the next minute. So right now, if we just go like this, we pull Dragon, we base, and then after that, Grubs are spawning, our bot camps are spawning, and then we'll do Gromp, Blue, Wolves into Grubs. You know? So you see how nice this path looks right now? We do Raptors, base, Dragon, base, Gromp, Blue, Wolves, Grubs, then back to Krugs, Raptors, and then by then our Wolves, Gromp have respawned as well. You know what I mean? It's like a very fluid, linear path based off towards objectives and based towards our camp spawning. Yeah. Okay, now we base and you click towards the dragon. Wonderful. I like this. We see Shaco enter bot side, so now we should just clear up. Don't know why you're hovering here. To me, you have camps up, Grump, Wolves, Raptors. In my head, the only time I skip camps to gank is if it's a very, very easy guaranteed gank. What does a guaranteed easy gank look like? They're pushing, they're low. I know that's a 2. We have a lot of CC, so you're playing like Vi or your teammates playing Nautilus. Easy CC. I forget there's a fourth one, but I forget the fourth one. Right? In this case, if we look at their bot lane, they're not pushing. This is the middle of the line of the lane. They're not pushing. They're below. They're definitely not pushing. They're not low. Full HP, full HP. Karma W is some sort of CC, but not much. Raven has none. You don't really have much. Your E is kind of fake, right? So why are we skipping camps to look bot lane? You know, just if you want, you can pull Dragon right now because you have bot lane prio and mid lane prio. And if anything, you should pull Dragon immediately because Echo's dead, right? So you have mid lane advantage. So immediately pull Dragon is option A. Option B is just clear up Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, and then Grubs. And if Shaco ganks bot, then he's losing Grubs, and then he's gonna lose his respawn top camps. I think right here we should pull Dragon, ping these guys to come. They can help us on Dragon. Zach can come too, and if they want to fight, it's gonna be 4v3 because again, our mid laner's alive and their mid laner's dead. So right now, again, just pull Dragon or clear for Grubs. Only 2 options. There is no option C where hover bot, hope to God we fight, hope to God Shaco comes and play a 3v3, and then boom, here comes Shaco 3v3. But it's just so like it's so random. It's not necessary, you know. I'm not saying it's your fault. There's a very good chance Karma sees Kintra's behind her and says, "Oh, let me force a fight. My jungle's hovering." Maybe if you're not here, maybe if you're hitting Dragon right now or you're on Wolves, this Karma would never W in because maybe you gave her a false sense of security, you know, because you're pinging that you're on the way, and she says, "Oh, there's a Kindred behind me, let me fight," but then again, the fight just happens to go badly. So I think again, just focus the objective, focus your camps. This is like such a you can't give me one reason why you want to fight here, you know? It's it's like flip. Um, it's hopefully my Draven doesn't mess up. Hopefully the enemy bot lane messes up. Hopefully Shaco is in here. It's just like so many hopes, you know. But we can play for guarantees, guaranteed camps, guaranteed grubs if Shaco's bot side. Again, guaranteed dragon because their mid laner's dead. And now if I'm you, I'm going to assume that Shaco's gonna insta pull dragon because he killed our bot lane. And instead of running to bot camps, you should run immediately to the grubs and trade the objective. And after the dragon, if he does take your bot camps, then you'll just take his top camps and you're gonna treat it evenly, which is completely fine. They take 2 of your camps, you'll take 2 of his camps. He takes dragon, you'll take grubs. I see. You're I think you're not thinking about your camps enough here, and I think you're thinking about your camps too much here, right? So hopefully this makes sense. You see now your top laner killed their top laner, so you should go and he got dragon, like I said he would, and you should go immediately start grubs. Again, their top laner's dead. You know he's bot side. You know this Raptor's up, so he's probably gonna do Raptors right after the dragon. So you should have free reign on top side. So you run straight to grubs. Wonderful. Good job. This is good. You see Shaco mid, and you see Shaco walk downwards towards the Raptors. So after this, you know what you should do? Take his entire top side. He's probably running towards his bot fight. After that he's gonna do Krugs and Raptors. You know for guaranteed his Gromp and Wolves are up because you've seen him bot for the last 2 minutes. Look, obviously he was bot here, and then this was at camps respawn every 2 minutes. So he's bot right now at 9 minutes. That means the latest he could have killed Wolves is 8:30 because it takes 30 seconds to walk from here to here. So that means Wolves have to respawn by around 10:45. The latest. They can spawn earlier, by the way, but this is the latest they'll spawn. And by the time you kill Grubs and Scuttle, it is now. What is that timer? Wow, it's exactly 10:45 on the money. So Grump and Wolves have to be up. It's impossible they're down. Literally mathematically impossible. And last time you saw Shaco, yeah, I'm not telling you to do this crazy tracking. It's a lot, but it's very simple. You know Shaco's bot side last like 2 minutes because he did bot gank, then he did dragon, now he did bot mid gank. And the last time you see him is you see him walking towards bot jungle. So you should immediately just check his top side. Check his Gromp, check his Wolves, check his blue. Um, I think if you want here, you could do some nice stuff and go do wolves and grump first, and then after he kills raptors, the mark has to spawn on scuttle. And you could get. I think this is an opportunity to get an extra mark here. But yeah, I think this is a very lost opportunity. Even right now, even if you're not doing this tracking, it's fine. Even now, you see Shaco, I think, in a second. Hopefully, you should see him on this Krug ward, probably. Yeah, you do. So even right now, you should be like, oh, he's on Krugs. After Raptors, I'll just go Raptors to top side. It's not too late, you know? Now that you killed Scuttle, and he's just killed Raptors, which you know because you just saw the mark away, now the mark has to spawn in this Gromp next. So even now, it's still not too late. You can still go to his top side and get a guaranteed mark and guaranteed camps. But you just go I think you're just autopilot. You're not thinking. So this is definitely. It's been a long time since I've coached you or looked at your VODs. I think jungle tracking used to be one of your biggest strengths. Not saying you got worse at it because I don't want to make you feel bad, but again, it has been like I think it's literally been a year. And I think you said you took a break or quit. But you see how like now you realize it because now it's obvious the mark fucking spawned on its forehead. But you see how when I explain it how obvious or easy it could have been to tell earlier. Sorry, let me put this off the screen. Um, so let's watch this fight. Let me watch this fight one more time. I need to focus. W. Oh, bad ult. Oh, I mean, you're definitely for the boys. But I mean, just bad ult. Cause here, if you didn't like, funny enough, this guy actually healed off your ult. Look, so if you didn't ult, he would be dead right now. He wouldn't have got this much HP. And then you get triumph from killing him, and then you would never die Shaco because you'd be healthier. And obviously, like the faster you kill this guy, the less damage you take, because this guy did all the damage to you. So just bad ult. Not really much to say. As Kindred, it's really rare I ult someone else. I usually always save it for myself. The only time you ult for yourself is for your teammates when it's like really obvious. Like you're not like under threat at all, and the teammate's like super important. Like it's like a 5-0 Kog'Maw, 3-0 like 3-0 Victor, like super fed important character, and you're also not under risk at all. But here you're under risk, and your teammate's not that important. So I think you probably could have double killed them. At the very least, got one kill, and instead of being 0-1 right now, you'd be 1-0 or 2-0, and you'd have your Kraken completed, which is a pretty big spike. So I don't know. So far, if you have to take, I don't usually focus on late game that much because this early game is all that really matters. The first 20 minutes is the most important thing for a jungler. I'll still watch it, but I'm just telling you it's really not that important. But right now, the takeaways are recognizing your lead, like your camp lead on Shaco. You should use your lead to start dragon way earlier. You should use your lead to just be on the map first, right? And then the second one is really big as objectives. Like I think you've really neglected or not thought about dragon at all. Third one is skipping camps. That one time where you skip your Grump and Wolf just to randomly hover bot for no reason. Fourth is trading. After that, you could have still very easily just opened the top side and traded, but instead you opened to wolves. Then you eventually traded, but then it became like really obvious. You should have never even opened your wolves to begin with, right? Because if Shaco was good after wolves, he would have just he would have just went here. Instead, he did after dragon, he ganked bot again, and ganked Nathan again, giving you that trade opportunity, making it. But if he just did dragon immediately based the top side, then you'd be late to the trade, right? You'd even be late to the grub take, because he could technically do dragon instantly base the grubs. But if you ran straight to grubs, he couldn't do that. But because you ran to wolves then grubs, he could do that. So trading, fourth one, um, and the fifth one is just small or just the ult thing. It's just mechanics. Like try to save your ult for yourself more. Um, I don't really care about the fifth one as much. The first four are the more important ones. Here again, you're kind of just skipping camps. We have like wolves up, gromp up. Again, for Kindred, you really want to get Kraken to try before forcing too many fights. Like these, like the either one. I prefer Trinity first, but the point still stands for Kraken. You really want to get Kraken and then start ganking, then start fighting. And right now, I'm pretty sure you're literally like two camps off Kraken. So I would go Wolves, Gromp, get Kraken immediately, then instantly base, and then if you want to fight, you go open bot. Then you want to fight, open mid. But right now you're so close to Kraken, and you're skipping your camps for because you want to fight. But again, if I'm you, I don't want to fight till my first item, and you're the one like looking to fight here, you know. And now here you're looking to invade. Um, uh, so I don't know, just your camps and base for Kraken. You're on the map way too long, and the longer you're on the map, longer you're staying without items, and the less you can help your teammates. Okay, nice dive. Again, I really you need a base ASAP. I know you're doing Herald, but after Herald, you should just base right now. Just base right now, buy your Kraken, look how much gold you have, and then you'll base and you'll do Krugs, Raptors. By then, your Wolves and Grump are up, Wolves Grump, and then you can play with your bot lane, or then you can base again, and then open to the top. You need to base immediately. You're staying on the map way too long for a Rap. Like you say to do Raptors, then to base anyways. And then look, the Raptor gold you got, Raptors 100 gold, you just left base with 260 gold. So the staying on the map for Raptors didn't even get you anything, and now all you did is desync your Krugs and Raptors. Now your Krugs and Raptors aren't going to spawn together. Because here, if you let them up, you could do Krugs, Raptors into bot side. But now you'll never do Krugs because you're not going to go Krugs top side just for one camp. So you see how it just your pathing doesn't make as much sense. Also, you should go sweeper. Like here, you could sweeper to see where Shaco went, but you especially like you should go sweeper in general, but especially versus an Invis champion, you should buy sweeper way earlier in the game. Small note. It just feels like you're permanently late to everything because of like what I'm saying. Because you skip camps so much, you're forced to do the camps in the future. But then in the future is when you should be ready to fight, but you're not gonna be in time for the fights because you're doing camps. That makes sense, right? Like there's a buff fight. If we instead of doing Raptors, if we base now, oh sorry, 10 seconds ago, you'd be at where your Zac is, because you and Zac killed Harold together, right? And then he immediately based. So if you imagine you're basing with Zac right now, and then you'd be where Zac is right now, right? And then where Zac is right now, you can go and help the Draven, maybe kill the Blitzcrank. Like you'd be on the map so much earlier, right? But so you know what I mean? Like it ends up not mattering here anyways. But these type of examples will stack up and matter where you're just gonna be late to shit all the time, you know? Okay, this is good. I mean, this guy dies for free. What's the next objective? It's Dragon. Let's play for Dragon. We base for a pickaxe. Nice. Okay, we'll play bot side. I want to play with my Zac and my Draven. These are my two strongest members. Valley's kind of useless. Zac and Draven are strong. Okay, base for item, and now let's play Dragon with our teammates. Kind of late this fight, but it's fine. I think you eat too early. That guy's like full HP. You're not gonna get any XQ value. I think if you eat this guy later, he might like eat right now. Like imagine you eat right now. You eat. Now you're forced to flash. First of all, it's not worth the flash for a support kill. A. B. If you eat early later, I don't think he would even have to flash. And then A, you didn't even kill him. Okay, Draven got him. But yeah, hold your E way more, please. And also, don't ever flash for a support kill ever again. Still completely playable. You should be poking with your W. Kindred's most OP ability isn't her Q, isn't her ult, isn't even her art attacks. Her W is her most damage. If you could see a damage graph after every fight, how much, like let's say you did 5,000 damage total, and you could see Q did 100 like 600 damage. E did 400 damage. My autos did fucking I don't know 2,000 damage. W, it would be like always near your auto, or it would be like more. I swear to God. Kindred, most of her damage is her W. It's so much damage, and it's also free. With autos, you have to put yourself at risk and walk in there and space and kite. Right now, as Kindred, I walk here, I just throw my W in here, and you're just gonna see your W go crazy on these champions. It's just gonna fucking start eating them up, right? So you got, and especially that's why Kindred also takes Red Smite, is because your W applies Red Smite. So it's also slowing them and hitting them and burning them. Like this right now, I'd walk out, just throw a W. It's obvious these guys are gonna engage because why else are they walking out a pit? Just throw your W in this exact circle. Obviously, it's not that big, but you get the idea. And it's gonna it's gonna help Draven Kite because it's gonna slow them. It's gonna deal damage to them. I think you're not using your W well enough. Your W is really important. Also, you gotta stop using your ult like this. Um, yeah, you've only ulted 3 times this game, and all 3 of them have been for your teammates, and all 3 of them have missed. It's not even to the point of use your ult for your teammates or not. It's also you're just like you could use your ult for your teammates, but you're also like I know in the earlier champ you saw him cutting down and you ulted above him. Like it's not gonna hit him. Here you see him cutting right and you ult to the left of him. Like it's not gonna. If you're actually gonna ult your teammates, it has to be when they're cutting towards you. In this case, like if they're not playing for you, then you can't force them to. You know. Uh, and here Draven could die, but I think if you didn't ult, you would have killed who's the champion? Echo. Echo way earlier, and then you'd be able to turn on Zaheen or Shaco earlier. But because you kept Echo alive, now you're forced to hit him now instead of hitting someone else. I genuinely think if you didn't ult Draven, and let's see, you kill Echo right now, this auto would kill him. See, invulnerable. It only shows invulnerable when it saves him from killing. So imagine Echo's dead right now. Draven could keep him up. He'd probably get triumph. So you're actually helping him too, right? He might even get a level up. Who knows? And then you're this entire time you're hitting Zakine instead of having to hit Echo now, right? I think Draven will die. You're 1-for-1ing no matter what because you wouldn't die either. And then you might even 2-for-1. You might kill Zakine. And then maybe 2-for-2. Maybe then you die to Shaco afterwards, but you kill 2-for-2 and it's an even fight. Who cares? Maybe Zach will clean up afterwards, you know? So really bad ults. It's three. You've only ult 3 times this game and all 3 have been bad. Again, I'm not trying to flame you, but this is, trying to be, this entire point of this is to give you advice and see what you're doing wrong. Again, I'm probably gonna skip through mid late game now because the game's kind of not over, but the impact that we had is just not as much. Like early, again, junglers really focus on early mid game, and we haven't really done much early mid game. We barely ganked. We really didn't do any objectives besides a single grubs and Herald, right? You didn't even pick up the grub. I didn't even notice where the Herald is because you didn't pick it up. Fucking looks like Zach got it, but we should have picked it up. I didn't notice that. Um, if you ever don't know what to build, just go Lord Doms or Mortal, basically. If you never don't know what to build, the best damage item will basically always be just Last Whisper, just some sort of armor pen. Or I guess if you wanted, you could go Black Cleaver, but the points, just any crit armor pen usually will never like be bad for you. That's kind of the main point. But I'll just skim through these fights for mechanical sake. But when it comes to like pathing and decision making, it's kind of out the window now, since we've arrived to mid late game. Oh, this is so desperate. We want to pull Baron. It's insane. Good E because it follows where his Q is. Actually, Wonky shutdown, nice. You could pull Baron here now with the concept of like, oh, their jungle's dead. But if I was you, I would just want to base now. You have so much money. I want to base. You're so close to building like full Lord Doms or whatever. I think you're like 300 gold away from a full threat item. I think I don't know. You're too antsy with your ult. You ulting. I've never seen you ult someone. I know it's like hard, but I never see you ult someone when they're this low. You always ult them when they're like somewhere in your half. Like here, I won't even ult. First of all, look where you're ulting. You're like barely below half. I would try to walk here, blast plan out. Only if as I'm walking to this thing, I'm like dead, then I would ult. But you're like, this isn't a safe place. We need to blast plan out, get the fuck out of here, base, and play for this dragon with our new gold we just got. I think you're when you ult, that kind of says, okay, I'm gonna stand my ground here, bro. It's not. We cannot stand our ground here. Ult or no ult, right? So I think just try to escape through the blast plant. But yeah, this game's kind of cooked. I'm just gonna watch team fights at this point. Not really much to say. I think this fight's self-explanatory. You kind of just queued into 4 people and died. I don't think there's anything you could do there with how you started the fight. Yeah, I think this game. I think you have to look at the map more. Like I'll tell you when the fight started. The fight started right now, and you have no idea. You gotta be staring at the map. Like just you have to, E it. You gotta E this, smite it. You did smite it, but you gotta be looking early. And obviously, like, um, yeah, I mean, another ult for your teammate just late. I mean, I genuinely think if you came to this fight 6 seconds earlier, maybe you win the game. Like, I know this thing has a mark, but it's not giving you your thing. Obviously, the things are 4, and then 7, and then 10, and then 13. This is giving you from 4 to 5. It's not gonna change this next fight. It's not. So this doesn't give you anything. So if you have to watch this fight, if you left the fight earlier and you're able to ult the Draven, maybe you guys win this afterwards. I don't know. I don't have the info. Like your team went 2-for-2 before you even got here, and you're your team's strongest member. So this is just map awareness thing. I genuinely think if you looked at this fight earlier and came and helped Draven and were hitting this entire time, you might ace them and then get Baron and then win the game. Who knows? Just have to look at the map. This is not even a mechanic point. Just look at the map point. If your team's fighting, you have to be there ASAP. You cannot be 2 seconds or 3 seconds late, and then the game's over. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful, Antonella. If you have any questions, just DM me on Discord. You have my Discord. But yeah, keep in mind, so the way it works, by the way, is you get one offline review a month. And this is you just redeemed your one of the month. Now every one of your, if you want to watch more of your games, it's group coaching. So that call you saw me in, the same VOD like this, you can submit a VOD, and it's not going to be as detailed as this one. It's going to be like 15 to 20 minutes long, and it will be in the Discord call with everyone, and people can ask questions, and you can ask questions of other people's VODs, and everyone will watch your VOD, and me or one of the other coaches will be there and directing the class. So if you want to watch other of your VODs this month, then just join the group coachings. The times are listed here. Like for example, if you go here this week, we have 10 tomorrow. Perry has one at 10 a.m. This is Pacific time. ZZ has one at 5 p.m. Then I have one at 12:30 a.m. That's for my EU people at the middle of the night. Then on Friday I have a 2:30, and you just sign up for one of these classes and you just submit your VOD. Or if you ever want to just watch other people's VOD, for example, here only 3 people submitted their VOD. We have 6 people going. So a lot of times people just come just to watch. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Again, you can always DM me on Discord. Bye bye.